Today, we're heading into a section of mountain range that helps make up the Continental Divide, spanning over 2 continents. Our goal is to reach a basin sitting below the towering peaks. The trail is old and corroded, winding along a small creek up the valley, progressively getting worse the further we go, and it's going to fight back the whole way, with large portions of the trail becoming extremely overgrown, wreaking havoc on our gear. But the payout of completing this old and overgrown trail is spending the night in one of the most pristine mountain ranges in British Columbia. My name is Tyler. Let's get lost.
We have like 18 kilometers left on this road and then 7K on the next one. This is quite awesome. Like, we're a long ways back into the middle of nowhere.
Oh, we're a long ways back.
We have just spent the last several hours covering a large distance on service roads and are currently only a few hundred meters from an abandoned border crossing.
Some kind of shack there. And there's foundations for a building to your left here.
This is super cool. We're at the border.
This crossing was once used for raw log exports into the United States, but in 1996, a road on the Canadian side washed out, and with both countries wanting to save money, the buildings of the crossing were boarded up and left to wither away. The only residents left now are the rats that have taken over the building as shelter. This is honestly super cool to be chilling at this abandoned border crossing. The Americans got it going on right there, but our side, we got nothing. An abandoned shack. Right on the other side of this post is the US. And they have cut you can see it, it's like cut right through the mountains as far as you can see. Just a clear cut in the tree line. Marks the border. But on that note, I think I'm going to catch up with the rest of the group and go get camp set up. Watching the daylight fade, we relax around the fire and start planning our adventure for tomorrow. The maps are showing a nearby trail that appears to head up a valley with jagged mountain peaks and a dramatic amount of elevation gain to the top of the ridgeline. So with a plan in place and a fresh day to explore, we pack up camp with our sights aimed on conquering this ridge. Arriving at the pin placed on our map, we tuck into the tree line headed for the towering peaks nestled at the back of this valley. We are immediately greeted with a flourishing forest and thick underbrush. About here in the day, I knew things were going to get tight for us further up the trail. Popping out of the tree line, we traverse our first shelf road of the day, sitting right at the base of this massive rock chute. The views around us were already breathtaking as we inched towards the back of the valley. mountains surrounding us closing in, we begin navigating our way through the floodplain where all the surrounding creeks meet up. And now, we begin our climb to the top of the ridgeline. The elevation gain going forward will happen fast as we scurry up the side of the mountain. Not far up the ridge, we found a gut-wrenching obstacle to get through. It's an off-cambered section. I never checked the angle, but Colin informed me after the fact his Jeep was reading 35 degrees off-cambered. With Mike's guidance as a spotter, I had some confidence taking this on. I first attempted it with my differentials unlocked, but with most of my weight shifted, I had to lock up in order to get through. It was by far one of the most uncomfortable moments I've had in an off-road situation to date. Around a few more turns, a storm caught up to us, unleashing heavy rain as we get into the better half of our ascent. Just ahead of me, Mike has attempted to take the original road. It's a far more difficult line, and it's very grown in. He needs a winch.
What I really want to do is put my winch line, but not in this downpour.
I could come around and give you a tug.
You can give her a try. Should be able to get in front of me. We can just kind of hold up until the rain slows down a bit. I'd be all right with that.
Jazz has a raincoat. She said she's going to come out and give you a hand.
Alrighty. Okay, I'm up.
From here until the top of the ridgeline, the trail takes a turn for the tight side, offering an endless bombardment on our Jeeps.
you guys want, we can just hold up for a couple of minutes and hopefully the rain blacks off.
Oh, it's raining good. Woo! It's grabbing my tent. Couldn't get by it. Oh man. Is it ever raining? Out of all the trails I've driven, this has to be one of the most overgrown.
Mike, it's tight in here.
Oh yeah.
Did you want to put your tops on?
Already done. Lots of room passenger if you want it, like 2 feet.
Just around this next corner, we have a long, steep climb through another overgrown section of deteriorated trail that will take us up to the next shelf road before the basin.
Back a bit and then take it with some speed. Keep your speed up till you see the clearing.
Before we make it into the epic basin, I just want to take a second to thank every single one of you for your continued support. If you want to help out, like, comment, or subscribe. It really helps grow the channel. Thank you. Now back to the adventure. With a stroke of luck, the storm started to clear up as the sun painted the mountains around us with a warm glow, just as we were approaching the ridgeline. We finally found ourselves pulling into this massive alpine basin after fighting our way up all day. With the skies clear, it felt like the mountains were welcoming our arrival for the most spectacular golden hour of my life. Well, this has to be the most epic place I have ever been. We are just in this gigantic bowl, surrounded by mountains, and the view coming in is just breathtaking. That was definitely worth the climb in here. I'm amazed right now. This is so beautiful. Everyone's just taken off to camp. I'm still just taking in the views. I'm gonna go join them in a second. So we're setting up camp just over in the trees behind us. We're gonna be just over there. Amazing. I can't think of a better place I have gotten to pitch my tent. This trip into the mountains has been one of my all-time favorite memories created in the backcountry, and we spent the night hiding away from a few more heavy downpours before calling it a day. I look forward to seeing you on the next adventure, and as always, my friend, remember to take the time to get a little lost. Cheers.